Welcome back. It's the final round of the ILFL Soccer Night Show, and you know what we're going to do here? We're going to remind you of what we did last week, and I'm going to get a Nanu perspective on it this time round because we had Hassan in the studio last week. This time, let's have Nanu's perspective. We're going to have a look at the draw for the ILFL Challenge Cup. The first round of the Challenge Cup was going to be played in a few weeks' time. Here it is on the screen for you right now. We don't need to run through all of the fixtures there. You saw us briefly talk to Steve about his cup game, Arsenal v PYO. Both teams have given nothing away and given us nothing to talk about because they managed to play a 0-0 draw yesterday. So we still don't know what to expect and what's going to happen there. But Nanu, obviously running through it, we've seen some things, but the Walthamstow Red Stars game versus Robin Hood Tigers is a good game. Red Stars, like we said, 8 points clear in the second division. Now comes a good game against a decent first division side in Robin Hood Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably a really good time or a really good opportunity for Walthamstow Red Stars to actually showcase what they're capable of, you know.
Absolutely.
It would be a good experience for them as well to play against a team in the above division. So, you know, I mean, both of the teams are in form. So let's we'll wait and see how it goes. You know, I think it will be a really good game.
It will indeed. And then the week after that, on the 20th of December, it's more cup action as well. It gives teams time to have a break from their league programme. And in the first round of the League Cup, sponsored by Tower Hamlets Homes, this is what we drew out of the hat last week. Here it is on the screen for you again. Arsenal, they get Redcoat, which is a game I'll turn to you, Steve. Like you said, one of the standout teams in your division. Is it something that you're kind of working towards? Is it when you see things like that? I don't know if this is really the right question to ask, but as each week progresses, is it just about who's there on the day that you rely on with your team, or are you working towards a fixture like that and you say, well, in 2-3 weeks' time, we can be 20% stronger than we are now?
Ideally, that's how we'd like it to be, but I think in line with most of the teams in this level of football, it really is very much at the mercy of what happens on the day. Again, you know, with a lot of players playing 2-3 games a week in various environments, it's easy to pick up injuries. You know, as we touched on back in the old days when I used to play, not many people used to work on a Sunday. Now, the way that society is, a lot of people have to work on Sunday. Sometimes they don't get called in till Friday or Saturday. And again, you know, as managers, that's what we have to do. We have to manage our resources, hope for the best, and put out your best 11 plus the subs each week. But as I say, I don't think I'm alone in that situation. And again, ideally, we would like to build up, you know, look at the games in the future and plan accordingly. But as I say, 9 times out of 10, it's just as it is on the day, really. In
your own mind, though, like I said, you played 6, 7, 8 games in the league already. There must be 1 or 2 boys in the team, in the squad now, who you can identify in your own mind and think, there's definitely some improvement there. Now I can see something happening over a few games.
Yeah, definitely. As I say, for a lot of them, because it's the first time a lot of them have played 11-a-side football on the pitch. So, you know, again, we see things like, you know, their awareness of the space, how to use the width and the length of the pitch. That's really improving. So, yeah, there's a lot of improvement from a lot of the players there.
Indeed. Let's turn back to the first round of the League Cup and pick out 1 or 2 of the more interesting fixtures there again. The one right at the top, Crusaders versus Leytonstone. Now, there's a game. If Crusaders are looking like a team that have Premier Division aspirations, then Leytonstone are a team that really they want to be playing against.
Absolutely. I mean, I can see quite a few exciting and mouth-watering fixtures there, but Crusaders versus Leytonstone is one of them. They're from around about the same vicinity, the similar style of play. Crusaders doing absolutely fantastic in their own division. Leytonstone not doing so well. However, they have a lot of resources they can call upon when needed. So, I mean, they've showed that recently by beating Bromley by 5-0, so that they can do that. You know, I mean, Leytonstone one of those teams that they will use resources, additional resources, if they need to, otherwise they won't. So, it might be a game where Leytonstone might want to bring in some of the resources. Otherwise, a defeat against Crusaders, in a different division might be quite would be really embarrassing. And they tend to bring in players during cup games anyway.
As it could be for Bromley as well, another Premier Division side playing a First Division side in Ace. Potential banana skin for Bromley?
That's a tough one to call because, Bromley and Ace, they've been together in the same division previous few seasons ago, and they've been playing each other. But whereas Bromley hasn't changed much, Ace has changed quite a bit as well. Although they have a very decent team, Ace, they have not been performing recently as well because it's a different league now. We're talking about winter here, and we've got a lot of new teams coming in, and Ace is just not used to the culture. So they came in, and it was a massive culture shock for them. So I think more recently they've kind of gone past that culture shock hurdle, and they're beginning to show some results. So who knows? I think that's another game to keep an eye on, most definitely. And the Walthamstow Red Star versus Tigers.
I think on paper it looks better than it might actually be. I just wonder whether that's a bridge too far for Walthamstow.
I don't know, the number of goals they've been banging in, Tigers are in form now. They stuttered early on in the season because they had new managers and, some players have been moved around quite a bit. But they found their ground, and Walthamstow Red Star have been unstoppable from the first minute, from the goal. So if they can go in with that same level of confidence and not worry about Tigers' history and not think about Tigers and how good they are, if they go in the pitch thinking that this is another team that we've got to beat, and I think they might show some results.
Could be. Maybe because Walthamstow are playing a Tigers side 2 weeks in a row. They played Robin Hood the week before in one cup and then come up against the London Tigers. So the Robin Hood game will be good prep for them against Tigers, I suppose. Just very quickly as well, the Reach-Out v Hawk and Eagle, a repeat of the cup final the year before. Roles reversed, can we see something different happening?
I don't know. Reach-Out they've improved quite a bit, more so than Hawk and Eagle. Hawk and Eagle have had various changes to the team, whereas Reach-Out have had changes, but all for the best, and really good as well. I think the one that I would be keen to watch is Stepney versus Stepney B.
I know that's one for nostalgia more than anything else. Can't really see anything happening there, can we?
You can't, but it's a cup game, and the players in the B team would want to prosper.
The pupils versus the masters.
Pupils versus the masters. So they will go out there to prove a point. And some of the players would be looking to move up the ladder, And I think this is the perfect opportunity. This isn't a training session. This isn't a kick about in the football. This isn't talking to a manager saying, I'm good enough to go. This is a platform that you can showcase to the main team saying that this is me, I can play like this, and I want to go in the first team.
Wow, so there it is. Now you've had the Nanu perspective on it, as opposed to the Hastat perspective. Maybe we'll get Shax in next week and he can tell us his as well, or maybe we just won't give him the opportunity. All of those cup games anyway are coming up in December. I love the cup rounds when they come round because it's just so unpredictable, and it's about who wants it on the day, just like any cup in any competition anywhere in the country. Good luck to you all if you are taking part in one of the cup games in the weeks to come. I know you've got league fixtures to deal with this Sunday. Let's just end our show by talking again about the Vets League itself. We spoke about a third division coming. It is a second division. So there are some new sides. I know we won't talk too much about who they are, but can we expect some new names and faces?
Yep, there's various new wacky and tacky names. One season we had FC Bondu, so expect one or two similar type of names, coming in. Basically what we're seeing is that the Veterans League, the popularity is growing day by day. And a lot of teams are playing, registering a lot of players, 20 plus players, but they can only field 7 each night, and they can only have about up to 5 subs, So what do the rest do? They turn up, they come around, might not be good enough to play, so they hang around, don't necessarily get a game, so they get frustrated. So end of the season, what they do is they get together and they form a new team, so they can prove a point. So this is what we're seeing. We're seeing some of the teams have got a lot of players, might be about to lose some of the players that are not as strong, but who knows, they could drag in, some of the good players as well. So what I see is a completely different landscape 2016 going forward. A lot of existing teams are going to see a lot of players reshuffling, and a lot of new teams are going to come in to prove a point. That's what I see.
We can talk about, when we talk about, I mean, I suppose the theme of this evening is about football in the community. If we're talking about 3 divisions now, we talk about the amount of players that are registered for each team. We're looking at potentially more than 200 vets being registered to play at any time across this now. That's a good opportunity for football for the over 35s.
What you'll find is that currently, with 16 teams, there's more than 200 players registered. So if we go anywhere near 20, 21 teams, you know, I mean, we could see anywhere near more than 300, 350 players registered at any given season. So,
and when only 7 can play at any one
and
moment, that's a phenomenal amount of people wanting to take part.
And don't forget, you know, a lot of players are turning 35. You know, some players have been waiting years and years. I mean, for instance, Hasnat has been waited 4 years and is still not qualified. You know, and the poor sod, you know, has to watch his team play week in, week out with him on the sidelines. You know, he likes to say that he can play better, but you know, we wait and see when he turns 35, and then he can showcase what he's got to show. But you know, day by day, we get more 35 plus players coming in. You know, there's a lot of teams out there that are still 33, all friends in the same age group. There's teams that are out there that are 34. As soon as they hit 35, they're coming into our Vets League and to prove a point.
Wow, I've been 35 for a long time. Maybe I should turn around and look for a team to play. The Vets League, like we said, is coming around in January 2016. We've got all the cup games to come right up to December. The 20th of December is the final week of fixtures in the ILFL for 2015. And what a 2015 it's been. As the weeks go on, we'll get all of the pundits in here. We'll have Rashid in here. We'll have our chairman cameras in here. All of us to reflect and go back over the highlights of 2015 and bring them back to you as well if we can, so we can all reminisce together about what's been good and what's been great in the Inner London Football League. Just before we go, I'd just like to say thank you for Steve Davis for coming in. It's been a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you very much for coming in and representing us in the community in the way you have done. Good luck with the programme as a whole. Good luck with the team in the ILFL, and I hope you guys really do have a good cut run and we can talk about it more on the show. Good luck to you. Manu as well, thanks again for coming in and speaking about everything regarding the Vets League and giving the punditry on the league. Thanks again to you guys out there for watching. We are almost out of time, but like I said, if you've got a fixture this week, good luck as you go out there. Whatever you do, play hard, play fair, and play to win. That's what we always say. And remember, you've all got work on a Monday morning, so be safe out there. We'll be back next Monday on the ILFL Soccer Night show. So from me, the crew, and all of you guys out there, it is good night. Bye-bye.